You said to me one time, I don't do that anymore. You hardly ever do it anymore, but you said you were going to do it for us.
Yeah.
And I really wanted, this is ROLF Harris doing what he does best. He's going to paint for us now while he talks, you know, and this will end up in some miraculous thing here.
Are you serious?
I have no idea.
Shall we do it?
Yes, go ahead.
Right.
Can you tell me any jokes while you're doing this? Or can
I
you...
could try, but
Yeah?
I never know if I can concentrate enough on jokes.
What is that you're putting on?
It's called water.
Oh, yeah. Just called water painting, isn't it?
Well, it's not finished yet, the picture. It's just a basic... That's a start. And then...
That's a river.
Yeah, you just use that as a start to lay in a little bit of a background colour there.
How many years ago did you start doing this on stage? I don't think anybody else that I know of ever paints murals and things on stage.
Well, I guess 1960, 61 I first did... We can make that a house there, look. Just a minute, we'll leave a couple of support posts in there for the roof. Oh, hang on a minute.
Tell me the truth, do you know what you're going to paint when you start this? Or
Got a rough idea, you know, it's always vaguely... there's one house and then the little house at the side there. We could
With
do
the redbacks
a few
there,
fence posts there, perhaps. And...
Did you ever want to do serious painting, Ralph?
yeah, I went across to England to study painting in the first instance. Just a minute, let's do a gum tree in here. Blue gum.
I mean, but you never got serious enough about it. I mean, like where you'd cut off an ear or something. You just...
No. Oh, there's a lovely story about a fella goes into a bar. And funny you should mention that. Van Gogh is standing there.
Right.
Well, how do you pronounce it? Van Gogh.
Van Gogh, I don't know.
Well, the
Everybody
same
has a
fella
different
anyway,
pronunciation.
however you pronounce it.
Yeah.
And he stood there and the chap said, would you like a drink? And he said, no, I've got one ear. Shall we do another gum tree here?
Do another house, quick.
Yeah.
You used to do much bigger ones than these, if I remember correctly. You had one time you used to do it on stage with...
The problem is that you can't transport them if they're that size, you know, they're enormous. Shall we do another tree?
Sure. You
Okay.
can do whatever you want. You've got the brush.
It's a dead one.
Oh, I see.
I'll tell you what always works well in a case like this is a set of fence posts coming closer because the perspective works a treat.
Oh, right,
And you go,
yeah.
boom, 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 bit of shadow across there, boom, bing, bing, boom, bing. And perhaps a little bit of darker stuff in there. Sneak that in a bit closer. Another one there. This one's been through a fire, this one. And a little bit of darkness in there.
Where were you before here, Ralph? Before you came back to Australia?
I came out from England.
Yeah. You work in concert in England as well, live, like you do here?
Hang on a minute, just do another tree in there. A little bit closer. We can do a dead branch in through there somewhere. Perhaps use the fingers to make that look really dead, that one there, like that.
When you finish with this, I want you to show people your wonderful painting shoes that you wear.
They're my only shoes. What are you talking about?
Oh, those They've survived all of this, eh?
Yeah. Just put a bit of grass in there. It's good all over the suit as you move back there.
Yes,
Clever
I know.
devil.
I'm backing up quick. When you work in concert, Ralph, you do a lot of things that are really Australian. Do you ever have trouble with some of the things, like people in places where people wouldn't understand, maybe? Like have you worked Hong Kong and done concerts and things like that, or Singapore? or anything?
I worked in Singapore and everything went all right. I did a couple of things in Chinese, which I didn't understand. I just learned in parrot fashion, you know, and I did
That's
them
always dangerous.
and everybody looked at me in stunned amazement. I didn't do them very well, apparently, but I didn't pronounce them all that well, and they didn't know what I was talking about, so I gave that away. Let me just sort a little bit of brown now I need on there.
I was going to say that. You need a little brown.
A little
on
bit
there.
of brown. I'm glad you were going to say that.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
We need a little bit of, perhaps a little bit of brown on the tree, and you know how that colour comes through there like that, a little bit, perhaps. A little bit in there, perhaps some brown grass would be good. And, oh, I tell you what, we could just add a little bit of wire across there, saves the cost of a fence post, use the tree as another post, you see, like that. Boom, 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 boom. Don't know why they put that up, because the sheep would walk through that gap there.
Isn't that wonderful?
Now, let's imagine that the sunlight's just rising up next to that fella's left nostril there.
Okay.
Casting brilliant, brilliant sunlight on the edge of the post there, like that. Spring sponge, did a light push up there.
Do you find that it's best to talk to yourself while you're painting?
Yeah, no one else will talk to you. I heard a lovely story the other day. This is especially for Jason, because he's a Cockney and he'd love this. There's 2 Cockney whales swimming along in the sea, see? And one says to the other one, "Here, what's that down on the bottom?" His friend says, "I don't know, if you're so interested, go down and have a look, mate." So he said, "Right, I will." So he takes a great big gulp of air. Down he goes, blip, 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 flip down the bottom. It's a little squid. Little squid, lying on its side, and he's going, And the whale says, "What's the matter?" He said, "Oh, I'm sick, I'm sick, oh, I'm sick, sick, sick. So the whale said, "Well, listen, let me help you up to the surface, because there's much less pressure up there, and there's much more oxygenated water up near the top, and it's lighter, and you'll feel better."
Yes.
So he gets the flippers under him, and they're swimming up the top, and halfway up he goes, "Oi!" And his friend on the surface says, "What?" "Here's the 6 squid I owe you."
I'll take it, but only under duress.
Fella in New York, his wife has gone to see the doctor, and she comes back absolutely shattered, white-faced. Apparently the doctor says she's got a heart condition, could go any time, see? And she's only a young lass, and is absolutely stunned. And the whole, I mean, the pair of them are sitting there, they pour themselves a drink, and they don't know what to say to each other, and it's like, just awful, you know. And I better just sign this, because what I thought we could do with this painting is give it to Uralla, the crippled kids, and
Fantastic.
maybe they could raffle
auction it off.
Yeah.
Absolutely, sure. You trust us, we'll do that. There you go. How do you like that? That's wonderful, man. I envy that kind of talent, mate, to take something from your hands and inside your head and put it out there. Tell me, so the lady, she was